John 8:1-11. Have you ever felt like you were being watched with harsh eyes? Have you ever felt the pressure of people judging you without knowing your story or your pain? We've all been through moments like that. Moments where one mistake seems to erase every good thing we've ever done. Moments where we feel that others are ready to point, ready to criticize, ready to condemn. And yet, in the middle of so many human voices, a different voice rises. A firm voice, but full of tenderness. A voice that does not ignore your failure, but does not ignore your value either. That voice is the mercy of Jesus. Today I will take you by the hand into one of the most intense and revealing scenes in the gospel. A woman caught between shame and violence. A crowd with stones in their hands. And Jesus, the only one who can change everything. Stay until the end, because what Jesus does in this story can transform the way you see God, others, and yourself. The religious leaders interrupt Jesus' teaching by dragging in a woman caught in adultery. She doesn't arrive walking. She arrives pushed. She doesn't arrive with dignity. She arrives with accusations hanging over her head. She doesn't arrive accompanied. She arrives surrounded. But not by friends, by accusers. They are not coming to seek justice. They are coming to seek a spectacle. They are coming looking for a mistake in Jesus' words. And the woman is only the instrument of their trap. They set her in the middle of everyone and declare, "Moses commanded us to stone such women. What do you say?" How cold. How calculated. How cruel. They don't see tears. They don't see a soul. They don't see remorse. They only see an opportunity to feel superior. And sadly, many of us act the same today. We turn others' mistakes into something to mock. We make quick judgments without knowing their process or their wounds. We point fingers as if our own hearts were clean. Jesus listens, but he does not answer. He doesn't play their game. He isn't provoked by voices filled with pride. Instead, he does something unexpected. He bends down and writes on the ground. Why? Why that silence? Why that gesture? Because Jesus never rushes. He is never guided by human pressure. He always looks deeper. He always touches the root. While the accusers lift stones, Jesus lowers himself to the level of the dust, to the level of the woman, to the level where grace touches what is broken. And while everyone expects an answer that condemns, Jesus prepares an answer that sets free. Finally, Jesus stands up. He looks at them, and he speaks a phrase so short, yet so powerful, that it changed the entire atmosphere. Let him who is without sin throw the first stone. He doesn't shout. He doesn't publicly shame them. He doesn't expose their sins out loud. He simply places a mirror in front of them. The words spoken by Jesus exposed their inner being and made them remember that they had done something similar, or worse. Before judging others, they needed judgment themselves. Hearing that voice, they recognized that the word confronted them internally, revealing what no one else had exposed. And when a human being looks at themselves honestly, every stone becomes heavy. The accusers begin to drop their stones. First the oldest, those with more memory and more history. Then the younger ones, following their example. It wasn't what Jesus wrote on the ground that broke them. It was what he revealed with his words. It was his purity. It was his authority. It was his light. The accusers leave. The crowd disperses. The noise fades. And now only two remain. The woman marked by sin, and the Savior marked by mercy. Jesus looks at her with tenderness and asks, "Where are your accusers? Has no one condemned you?" She answers with a trembling voice, "No one, Lord." And then Jesus speaks one of the most healing sentences a human heart can ever hear. "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." Words that restore, lift, and free from every weight of guilt. How beautiful! Jesus does not excuse sin, but he does not destroy the one who struggles with it. Jesus does not crush, he lifts up. Jesus does not remove dignity, he restores it. Jesus does not accuse, he transforms. This story isn't just about a woman. It's about us. It's about our failures. It's about our hidden stones. It's about our masks. It's about our double standards. It's about our urgent need for grace. Because while human beings accuse, God examines. And while humans punish, God restores. The human finger points. The divine finger writes grace. The world sentences. Jesus calls. People walk away because of your mistakes. Jesus comes close because of your value. And when others prepare stones, Jesus prepares new opportunities. The mercy of God does not ignore sin, but it does break its chains. Before moving on to the next teachings, let me ask you for something brief but valuable. Take a few seconds right now to subscribe to the channel. It's completely free for you, but it has a huge impact. Your subscription helps us keep sharing videos that strengthen you, encourage you, and remind you that you are never alone. Click the subscription button now. Thank you for being part of this journey of faith, hope, and restoration. 1. When sin besieges us, 2 Samuel 12:1-7. The palace was silent, and David was too. Silent on the outside, but carrying a hidden sin that weighed on his chest like a stone. He tried to cover it, justify it, bury it. But guilt always finds a door to enter. So God sent Nathan, not with shouting, not with condemnation, but with a story. 2 men. One rich, with plenty. Another poor, with a single little lamb he loved like a daughter. And the rich man took it to serve it at his own table. David's indignation erupts. That man deserves to die. Here we see the human tendency. When we hear that others have failed or committed injustice, we are quick to declare severe correction for the one who fell. But what happens when we are the ones who fail? Or when it is someone we love? Suddenly, we don't want the full weight of divine justice that we are so ready to apply to others. The Lord softens our hearts through His word, saying, "And just as you want men to do to you, you also do to them likewise." Luke 6:31. Then Nathan, with firmness and mercy, speaks 4 words that open the truth. You are that man. It wasn't an accusing finger. It was a mirror of grace. A call to return. An act of love that exposes, yes, but to restore. Because that is how God is. When the world points at us, He looks into us. When others condemn us, He corrects us in order to lift us up. His truth does not destroy, it transforms. His mercy does not cover sin, it restores the sinner. Jesus Himself taught us, before judging, look at your own heart. Not to crush yourself, but to remember that we all need the same thing: grace. Galatians 6:1 tells us, restore with gentleness, even with yourself. Do not punish yourself more than God corrects you. Come boldly to the throne of grace. Hebrews 4:16. Because He does not reject the one who falls and returns. He lifts, He forgives, He rescues. Nathan's story wasn't judgment. It was mercy entering a room David thought was closed. It was God saying, I do not expose you to destroy you, but to bring you back to who you really are. And that same mercy still reaches us today. 2. In the denial of our identity. Peter feels the weight of his guilt. He denied Jesus 3 times. And even if no one says it out loud, he feels the stares, the silent criticism. How can you lead again after this? How can you speak about faith when you failed? Maybe you know that feeling too. That judgment that seems to crush you, that makes you doubt yourself. But Jesus does not respond the way people do. He brings no stones. He does not accuse. He does not humiliate. After the miraculous catch of fish, Peter approaches, trembling. Jesus looks at him and asks, "Peter, do you love me?" 3 times. The same number of times Peter used days earlier to deny him. And with every one of Peter's answers, Jesus restores, lifts, and transforms. Where you fell, there I lift you. Where you denied me, there I restore you. Feed my sheep. I still trust you. The mercy of Christ does not cover up the failure. It transforms it. It does not ignore the fall. It lifts you from it. It does not minimize the pain. It redeems it. We have all been Peter. We have all failed. We have all felt condemnation. But Jesus still waits on the shore of our story, not with stones, but with restoring love. 1 John 2:1 says that we have Jesus Christ as our advocate who intercedes for us. When others point fingers, he calls you. When you feel guilt, he lifts you. When you think you are lost, he transforms your story. Your worst moment does not define the rest of your life. His grace does. Jesus does not come looking for you to reproach you. He comes to restore you. Because when others see your failure, he sees your future. And we can read Peter's future. Restored, empowered, preaching the wonders of the one he once denied, but who restored him and set him back on his path. 3. An unworthy past accuses you. Sometimes the past chases us like a shadow. Mistakes, decisions, falls that others never forget, criticism that wounds, and labels that seem eternal. Rahab knew that weight well. She was pointed at, judged, discarded by an entire city. A woman marked by an unworthy past. Rahab did not come from a perfect family. Rahab was a prostitute. The Bible does not describe why she chose this lifestyle. Perhaps it was the easiest way to get food for herself and her loved ones. Joshua 2:1. This suggests she likely lived in a marginalized and socially despised environment. She was a woman judged and criticized by her community and by those who valued morality according to the law of her time. But she was a woman seen by God with eyes of mercy, eyes that can see further than any human, whether well-intentioned or not, could ever see. While the world accused her, God looked at her to accomplish something great. While others remembered her story to diminish her, God was writing her a new one. He did not call her by what she had been, but by what he could make her become. He restored her. He gave her back her dignity, and he placed her, nothing less, into the very lineage of the Messiah. That is grace. That is what mercy does. It enters where human judgment ends. When the world lifts stones, he lifts hope. When people point fingers, he rescues. When guilt screams, he whispers, "I do not condemn you. Rise." Maybe you also carry a past others won't let go of. Or perhaps they don't know your story in depth. Maybe you are judged for what you once were. Or maybe you yourself condemn yourself, believing there is no clean life or bright future left for you. But listen to this. Your story does not end in your mistake. The last word does not belong to criticism, nor to your own self-condemnation. The last word belongs to the mercy of God. Rahab wasn't just restored, she was the only one in Jericho who was spared from destruction. She was chosen to receive protection and survive when the city fell. The woman everyone despised became the woman God lifted up. And if he did it for her, he can do it for you. Because even when the earth accuses, the grace of God always has the louder voice. Today we walked through 3 stories, 3 failures, 3 moments where anyone else would have been destroyed by human judgment. David, trapped in his besieging sin. Peter, marked by his denial in ministry. Rahab, pointed at for an unworthy past. 3 different stories, but the same God of mercy. We saw how earthly accusation always aims to condemn, But divine mercy always aims to lift. David was confronted, yes, but not to destroy him, rather to restore him. Peter was broken, yes, but Jesus looked at him with love and gave him back his purpose. Rahab was judged, yes, but God chose her and placed her in the genealogy of the Messiah. That is how the Lord works. He reveals in order to heal. He calls in order to restore. And He lifts those whom others discard. And you too are in His sights. Your past, your fall, your shame, none of these are stronger than His mercy. The mercy of Christ still reaches you. It still calls you. It still offers you a new beginning. If this message touched your heart and you want to keep growing in the Word, subscribe to this channel, activate the notification bell, and share this video. Every week we continue discovering how the grace of God transforms lives, and how His love writes a new story, even in the pieces others have thrown away. Thank you for joining me. May the Lord restore you, lift you up, and guide you with His mercy every single day.